Welcome to Part 2 of Section 5. This part covers the mechanics involved in constructing a 3-paragraph paper. Since you already know the mechanics of the short paragraph, let's discuss how the 3-paragraph essay expands on the short paragraph. For the 3-paragraph essay, you need to consider the roles of the introduction, body, and conclusion, not only within each paragraph, but also on the paragraph level. You also must consider how the logical flow functions not only within each paragraph, but also between paragraphs. Just as these elements will cause the sentences in a single paragraph to blend into one unified thought, so they will enable multiple paragraphs to blend into a cohesive essay. Let's start by discussing how the introduction, body, and conclusion enable this blending. On the paragraph level, the first paragraph is the introduction paragraph. Its role is to orient the reader. For the exercises in this section, this paragraph will be 3 or more sentences. The next paragraph is the body paragraph. It presents the main argument and will contain 5 or more sentences. The last paragraph is the conclusion paragraph. This gives closure to the reader, and like the introduction, will have 3 or more sentences. These are their characteristics on the paragraph level. As an aside, throughout this section, I am speaking from the perspective of the reader, such as the introduction being used to orient the reader. But keep in mind that you can and should also look at this from your own perspective, as the one using it to solve problems. Thus, when you read the word introduction, you should know that this is the section you use to set up the problem. When you read the word body as being a logical argument, you should read this as being the section where you solve all the minor problems that allow you to find the solution to the overall problem. When you read the word conclusion, you should understand that this relates to the key things you have discovered from your research. Getting back to the main topic. Within each paragraph, and consistent with what you've learned in the last 2 sections, there will be an introduction sentence to transition the reader into it. Each paragraph will also have a conclusion sentence to transition the reader out of it. Each paragraph will then have 1 or more sentences making up the body to present its case. So you can see that the short paragraph is indeed the building block of the essay, since each of these will have the same construction as the short paragraphs presented in the last section. Now let's discuss the details of logical flow in the 3-paragraph essay. When writing one paragraph, the logical flow is easy enough. Each sentence must flow smoothly into the one following it. For the 3-paragraph essay, however, there are 3 aspects to logical flow that must be satisfied, and you will likely work on them in this sequence. The first aspect of logical flow is on the paragraph level. Your introductory paragraph needs to present an overall question that you answer with the body paragraph. Once your body paragraph has answered the question, your concluding paragraph closes the overall thought. The second aspect is on the sentence level, inside each paragraph. On this level, each sentence must flow smoothly into the succeeding sentence to ensure continuity of thought within the paragraph. This is what you learned in Section 4. The third aspect involves the transitions between paragraphs. There needs to be a smooth handoff between the last sentence of one paragraph and the first sentence of the next paragraph. To do this, the concluding sentence in one paragraph must provide the lead-in to the thought progression in the next paragraph. The introductory sentence of the next paragraph must then catch this lead-in as it introduces its own paragraph. Working together, the last sentence of one paragraph and the first sentence of the succeeding paragraph form a smooth transition between their paragraphs. These 3 aspects ensure the continuity of thought on all levels. Of these 3 aspects, the one involving a smooth transition between paragraphs is likely to be the most challenging. The key to this transition is how the last sentence of one paragraph and the first sentence of the next paragraph relate. While closing the thought within its own paragraph, the last sentence sets up the reader to be introduced to the next paragraph. The first sentence of the next paragraph then catches the transition from the previous paragraph while simultaneously introducing its own paragraph. This interaction should happen between all sequential paragraphs in an essay. The result is that the last and first sentences extend beyond their respective paragraphs and tie the whole paper together.